The militia. Each constitution has provided for the establishment, maintenance, and leadership of a militia, once mostly controlled by the state, especially the governor, and the militia officers, but since the early part of the 20th century, as the National Guard, more under the direction of the Federal Army and Air Force. The governor still appoints an adjutant general and, in certain situations such as emergencies, can call out the National Guard. During peacetime, the governor is commander-in-chief of the National Guard and his or her executive agent is the adjutant general, who is an administrative rather than a tactical commander. The President of the United States can also call the Guard into active duty and, when on such duty, Guard units are no longer subject to state control and instead will be integrated into the federal armed forces. The federal armed forces set the standards and provide the funds for organizing, equipping, and training the Guard, which is paid by the state when called out by the governor. In one of the few decisions concerning the militia, the Kentucky Court of Appeals ruled that Section 221 authorized the General Assembly to provide by statute that under certain circumstances, militia officers should receive the same rate of pay as corresponding officers in the U.S. Army, in James v. Walker, 1910. The sections related to the militia are as follows.
Section 219. Militia, what to consist of? The militia of the Commonwealth of Kentucky shall consist of all able-bodied male residents of the state between the ages of 18 and 45 years, except such persons as may be exempted by the laws of the state or of the United States. Section 220. General Assembly to provide for militia exemptions from service. The General Assembly shall provide for maintaining an organized militia, and may exempt from military service persons having conscientious scruples against bearing arms. But such persons shall pay an equivalent for such exemption. Section 221. Government of militia to conform to Army regulations. The organization, equipment and discipline of the militia shall conform as nearly as practicable to the regulations for the government of the armies of the United States. Section 222. Officers of Militia, Adjutant General. All militia officers whose appointment is not herein otherwise provided for, shall be elected by persons subject to military duty within their respective companies, battalions, regiments, or other commands, under such rules and regulations and for such terms, not exceeding 4 years, as the General Assembly may, from time to time, direct and establish. The governor shall appoint an adjutant general and his other staff officers. The generals and commandants of regiments and battalions shall respectively appoint their staff officers, and the commandants of companies shall, subject to the approval of their regimental or battalion commanders, appoint their non-commissioned officers. The governor shall have power to fill vacancies that may occur in elective offices by granting commissions which shall expire when such vacancies have been filled according to the provisions of this Constitution. Section 223. Safekeeping of public arms, military records, relics, and banners. The General Assembly shall provide for the safekeeping of the public arms, military records, relics, and banners of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Thank you for viewing this history of the Kentucky Constitution. For more information, please see the following references. Citizen's Guide to the Kentucky Constitution by the Legislative Research Commission, available online. Or the book The Kentucky State Constitution, by Robert M. Ireland, Oxford University Press.